Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Akter Ruma. Today I will present my topic Containerization concept Docker basic. My presentation include part A theory and part B practical. Now I will explain part A theory section. First of all, I will explain Introduction to Containerization. Containerization is a lightweight form of virtualization. It packages an application and all its dependencies into a single unit called a container. Containers share the same host operating system kernel, which makes them faster, smaller, and easier to deploy. They are widely used in DevOps and cloud environments for speed, scalability, and consistency. Now, history of Docker. Before Docker, developers used heavy virtual machines. In 2013, Solomon Hykes at Cloud introduced Docker based on Linux containers to make lightweight portable containers. In 2014, Docker became open source and Docker increment was formed. It quickly became the standard platform for containerization in DevOps and cloud computing. Then, Docker architecture overview. Docker consists of three key components: Docker client, Docker daemon, Docker registry. Docker client sends commands such as docker run. Docker daemon receives commands and builds, runs, or manages containers. Docker registry stores container images, for example Docker Hub. The client and daemon communicate through REST APIs. Then, important Docker commands. Some common commands are Docker run a new container, Docker ps list running containers, Docker images show available images, Docker pal download an image from Docker Hub, Docker build an image from a Docker file, Docker access run a command inside a running container, Docker stop a running container, Docker rm remove a container, Docker logs view container logs, Docker inspect display detailed container or images information. Then I will explain Docker volumes. A Docker volume is used to store data permanently, even if a container stops or is deleted. Data in the volume remains safe. Volume allow data sharing between containers and are stored outside the container file system. Example, a command docker volume create my data. Then type of Docker networking. Docker provides several network types of container: bridge network, host network, non-network, over network. Bridge network default connect containers on the same host. Host network containers shares the host network directly, faster but less isolated. Non-network container is completely isolated. Overlay network used across multiple hosts in a Docker swarm cluster. Thank you everyone. That's all my part A. In the practical part, I installed Docker using terminal commands and confirm it with Docker version. Then I logged into Docker Hub with Docker login. You can see after the login I put hello world, then hello from Docker. You can see hello from Docker. Then next I pulled 5 images nginx, mysql, redis, apache, httpd using docker pal, and verified them with docker images. Then I run the nginx and apache container on parse 8080 and 8081 and opened their welcome pages in the browser. Then I created volume, my data, and attached it to my SQL container to keep the database data safe using docker volume. Create my data here, and here the mount point path. Then I created a custom network, my net, with docker network. Create my net and run 2 containers on it so they could communicate. Finally, I used docker history nginx to view image layers and docker logs my nginx to check container activities. That's all of my presentation. Thank you everyone.